Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back. Another 3BG movie review. This time we're talking about The Way
We talking
Back.
basketball.
Basketball, The Way Back, aka Ben Affleck acting his ass off because he wants that Oscar nomination.
I look. I see what he's trying to do. I definitely see him trying to go for that Oscar. It's March. It's a little too late. He might get it.
Hey,
He might get
look,
it
look.
next year.
It was funny. Me and Aris, we were talking about this a couple of days ago before this movie dropped, right? And I saw the trailer and I was like, all right, we're gonna be taking bets. Cause I was like, this movie's gonna be like a straight 7 out of 10 because it's gonna be the typical dramatic movie. It's like, oh, he lost his wife in a car accident or some shit. Da 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 da. Oh, he's struggling with alcoholism. Oh man, the kids are gonna make him wanna be alive and stuff. And then this movie actually doesn't do that. It's like, okay,
I'm like, holy crap!
you buck
They're actually
trend.
not only did you buck the trend, but holy crap, you guys gave us something completely different out of you know he gave us something completely different than what we're so used to seeing with movies like this, especially from what the trailer shows.
Yeah.
The trailer will have you thinking that, oh, this is going to be one of these movies, the Oscar chasing movies with the actor. I don't want to say overacting, but the actor acting.
Well, also
You
the
know,
prototypical white guy got to get these minorities winning again
how
kind
can
of
I
shit.
how can I teach these
Kids.
kids?
But no, the movie's directed by Gavin O'Connor. He did The Accountant and he did
And Warrior.
Warrior. Did you see Warrior?
I didn't see Warrior, but I heard his name was attached to this. I'm like, oh, so
Oh,
he did all
Warrior.
those.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I said, oh, he did those movies.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Warrior is actually really good. He hits on like in the Warrior the same way as Way Back. He hits on the dramatic stuff big time. Like he knows how to really get to the human heart of it. It's not over the top dramatics. It's like very realistic like dramatics. Because in the Warrior, Nick Nolte's character plays the father to the two main characters in the movie, and he was a former alcoholic that's trying to play it straight, and he's struggling with trying to not go succumb to alcoholism and stuff because that's what broke up the family initially and stuff. And Nick Nolte knows how to play that like role, like he nailed it across the board, like big time and stuff. And in this movie, Ben Affleck plays Jack Cunningham, and he's a alcoholic construction worker. And
And he played that, and dude, like, from what you just said, playing the alcoholic role, holy crap. Ben Affleck gives us an alcoholic
oh,
role.
Gavin does not shy away because when you hear alcoholic, right, they always play it up very surface level in these movies where, oh, he took a shot before he did something, that kind. And it's always like, really? Okay, I guess, you know. But no, he goes full tilt. Like this guy is Jack is an alcoholic, like a motherfucker, like to the point to where he's taking a shower and he's drinking in the shower.
The fact that he has one drink in the fridge, no, he has one drink in the freezer just to keep it cold, and then he takes one out of the fridge, puts that one in the freezer, and takes the other one that was already in the freezer out. Dude has a system.
I mean, he drinks when he gets off work, pours it inside of a coffee can, like he got that shit on ice. Like he
He
is
drinks he drinks when he's on his way to work. He drinks when he's at work.
and as the basically he's a former basketball player, works as a construction worker, and he's helping this basketball program at this Catholic school that he used to attend and stuff. And over the course of the movie, you find out that his alcoholism spawned from his son's death, and it basically put him into a situation where him and his ex-wife basically distanced themselves from one another because of them struggling with their son's death. And you find out that like he's struggling with it. He's trying, like like you could tell at certain parts he's denying it, but like he's really struggling with it big time.
Yeah, I mean, you see like all the characteristics of an alcoholic and the ways that that they deal. I mean, not just struggle, but the fact that alcohol became his coping mechanism.
Oh yeah, I mean, like Jesus. I mean, even to the point that his own sister is like, his own sister knows he's an alcoholic, but she's not like outright saying it. Like she knows, like, oh, you've been drinking before you came over here for this Thanksgiving dinner. You know, that kind of shit. You know, so yeah, you know, it definitely bucked the trend because when like he starts coaching the high school team, he's a bit rough around the edges. The whole team itself is a bit rough around the edges and stuff. They're a typical high school basketball team and stuff, and like obviously they focus on one of the kids that's like the star player and stuff. And you know, I kind of, it's kind of interesting that they didn't do the thing where we get to know all the kids and stuff. They just focused on, they kind of highlighted two of them in particular. I think one of them played by Melvin Gregg, and he's like the star player, but like he's always late and stuff, and they kind of take care of his stuff for real quick and stuff. But then there's another character who kind of
Who's
ties.
like who's honestly the real star player. He's the one that's got the best jump shot, the best. He's pretty much the best character, but he's the most soft-spoken character.
Oh yeah, 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 and like Ben Affleck kind of takes a liking to him because he reminds him of himself. Like, you know, and like I said, the movie makes it obvious as much, but I think it works into to the degree of both of them having that kind of like connection and stuff. And through, even with him doing all that stuff, doing the basketball, you're thinking, because the movie does this thing where it does the predictable thing where if like, oh, you know, the team is going through struggles, and then they montage as they're turning around and they're learning under him and stuff, and he's having that camaraderie with the other coaches with this cussing and stuff, and one of the people on the team is like the father, and he's like, hey, he's up on the curse, and he's like, I'm trying, father, I'm trying, you know, that kind
Like,
of
try
stuff.
harder, do better.
Um, and like, you know, and then all of a sudden at one point, and I'm laughing because Aaron's literally like leaned over to me and was like, credits. I'm not even bullshitting. You would think the movie was going to do credits. And I was like, wow, that was a quick movie. Yeah, wow.
That really was a quick
I was
one. I'm like,
like, huh, this is about an hour 20 movie. Like, Jesus, all right. I guess they really are going, oh, there's still more.
you really think for a moment that like the way that they did that shot,
Yeah.
you'd have felt like, oh, the movie's over.
Huh. That was
You,
anticlimactic.
I mean, you kind of saw that moment coming, and you're like, wait a minute, we still got another 25 minutes left.
Yeah. I mean, because
Hey,
the kid in particular is played by Brandon Wilson and stuff. He's the soft-spoken kid, and T.K. Carter, who I haven't seen in a long ass goddamn time.
yeah,
I mean, he plays dude's father, and he, you know, he's prototypical of the father. Like, yeah, I don't want my son playing basketball. That's all he knows. And I'm like, oh, well, I've seen this kind of father before. All right, well, whatever, that works. um,
oh, something I did want to point out about Ben Affleck's character, or just the way Ben Affleck played that role.
yeah.
I thought about it and I said, you know what? If they didn't get Ben Affleck and they needed somebody to play this character, I know the perfect person that could play this, and he's got the beard for it too.
Who?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Mm, man.
JD, this movie, I felt like this movie was meant for JDM.
Man.
Because if you look at his show, what was it? I think what was it? His role on that show, The Good Wife.
Yeah.
You look at that, like you look at his character in that one, and then you look at the way he plays the high school coach in. I think it was that. I don't know if it was the same show or if it was something. All I know is somebody had put together like this fake trailer using a bunch of his old work, and I said, you know what? Make him an alcoholic. JDM could do this movie.
Yeah. Thinking about it and stuff, yeah, he probably could have. Definitely could have. Huh. Yeah.
I could have seen, like, I really would have loved to have seen that. Like in an alternate universe, I would love to see JDM play Ben's character.
Yeah, but yeah, Ben Affleck, he's definitely acting his ass off in this movie, like just top to bottom, like playing a guy dealing with depression and like I don't know. It's just it feels like this is a movie that could have been very Oscar baity, but because they decided to go different with it, it's not Oscar bait.
Yeah, it isn't.
Like I could see it like, oh, they're really gonna hyper focus on that. It's like, no, everybody came there and acted and stuff. I mean, even was it his Janina, was it Gavin Carr? She was in Blind Spotting. She plays his ex-wife and stuff, and they had a good camaraderie. And I was trying to figure out, and like they played a good like former couple, kind of like
Hmm.
they have a relationship, so to speak. Like she's worried, which is kind of a first because in those kind of movies, like the ex-wife is just kind of like, fuck you, I don't want to be near you. But like clearly the death of their kid kind of like they know both of them were kind of like in a different headspace and stuff, and they're trying to figure things out, so to speak. And they actually did a pretty good job with that. Like nobody really blamed the other person for what happened. It was just like, hey, like this happened. I didn't know how to cope. So that's just what it is and stuff. But like everybody kind of played their part. They came to play. They did their thing. I think the basketball scenes in particular, they did a pretty good job of showing the games as they're playing. Just very kind of like we've been to high school basketball games. They are very fast paced.
Yeah, they are.
They kind of remind me of Blue Chips a little bit and stuff of them showing the intensity and things that's happening and stuff. And I mean, as much as they montaged them as they were improving, I felt it worked because, you can't show them playing the full game every time, but at least if you show the highlights of what happens, like, oh, okay, cool. You know, showing the
Right.
scores and things like that. And like I said, it worked. Everything with the scenes and worked. And like I said, when the Jack, when he's at his high, it's great. When he's at his low, oh, he is at his low. And everybody's there for the ride, including Glenn Turman, helping them get to his house.
That's when you know you got a good bartender.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's there was one point where here's how much of an alcoholic Jack is. He pulls up to the bar, and the bar was like, "Oh, hey, Jack, got the beer waiting right for you, warmed up for you." I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, they know him like just clockwork. Boom. Whew.
Like as soon as like they already know what he wants to drink, but right, either before he even walks through the door.
I mean, and like I said, that's to Gavin's credit. He does not shy away of showing like the dangers of seeing somebody really go through it. Like he does not like mess around on that. Like and I'm fine with that movie with this movie doing that because to me, if you shy away from that, it kind of takes away of like how am I supposed to believe he's an alcoholic other than just lip service shit. It's like come on, like can't
Right.
can't can't literally shy away from that and stuff. So. Um, but yeah, nothing much to really say. I think this is one of those movies you definitely should watch because anything else past that is like, be kind of spoiling it per se and stuff. But
Yeah, it's a good movie. Definitely go check it out. Um,
I would definitely check out his other movies as well. So,
yeah, yeah, most definitely.
any
I'm trying
final
to think.
thoughts? I mean, where you sitting at grade wise for this?
I'll let you take the first shot on this one.
Uh, hmm, it's tough. This is tough.
I mean, because at first, your expectations going into this thinking that it's going to be your
Prototypical
you
of
know,
like,
prototypical sports movie. We know the background. Like you can second guess the background of the main protagonist and all of that. But then when the movie kind of throws a curveball at you, like, oh, this is why it's like, oh, okay,
yeah.
huh.
I'm sitting at an 8 on it. I'll sit on the 8 on it because I think it actually did kind of surprise my expectations a bit. Stuff. 'Cause I was sitting at a 7 only because I'm like, well, we've seen these movies before, and that's not a bad thing. But like, I'm sitting at an 8 just because it did a really solid job of telling the story beginning to end, focus on that character and his effect on everybody around him and such. And I think it definitely surprised me.
I'll say from a production, yeah, from a production standpoint, as well as the acting, like from everybody. Acting all across the board from everybody. Ben definitely did a really good job. I'm gonna be honest. I'm giving it an 8.5. Give it
Okay.
8.5.
Okay. It's about fair. That is definitely fair. I think this, and like I said, we're finally hitting that stride where we're past January, February, and now we're hitting March where it's like, all right, now we're hitting the movies that are coming out now and stuff. I mean, so we're ramping up on movie season. But I think, like I said, we just talked about Onward and stuff, and now we got this, and I think this definitely is one of those movies that people are going to probably be talking about Ben Affleck's performance more than anything else and stuff, which rightfully so. I mean, he acted his ass off and stuff, and especially last thing that we saw him in was what, Justice League. People
I
were just
mean,
like,
and speaking of which, did you catch his Batman moment? I don't need help.
man. You know what? I don't know who called. I don't know if it was you that was like, yo, we need a Batman reference. But I was like, well, good job, Eric. You got your Batman reference.
I mean, I didn't look. I didn't ask for it. God, I feel like Inception. I just had an Inception moment. The moment Ben said, "I didn't need your help," and then for you to say, "I don't know who called that out," like it just felt like Inception to me. But no, I caught it basically. The moment he looked back at the kid and just goes, "I don't need your help." I'm like, Batman.
Alfred, let me go.
I'm like, Ben, why did you walk away from Batman?
Oh man, but yeah, like I said, be honest with you guys, I would definitely check out his other movies. Like I said, The Accountant and Warrior, especially because if you want a correlation between the movies that he's done, and Warrior and this are probably more closer in terms of like the tone of what they were going for more than anything else. Because it when they hit the highs of like the family dynamics and how it affects other people and stuff, he knows how to hit those notes, and it definitely worked in this movie. So yeah, definitely go see it. And yeah, I guess next time you hear from us, double feature The Hunt in Bloodshot. That is gonna be fun.
Yep.
Fun.
We'll
So
be back. We'll be back with more.
oh yeah, definitely more. So with that in mind, catch you guys later. Peace.
I'm done.